Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Angélica González. Yo trabajo en Salinas para un centro de jóvenes y tenemos un programa LGBTQ+, en que hacemos diferentes programación para ayudar a jóvenes que se conecten con ellos mismos y conecten con otros adultos que también han experienciado algunas cosas similares.
Perfecto. ¿Cuál es el propósito de esta marcha que se organizó hoy?
Esta marcha es importante porque ha habido diferentes marchas en diferentes lugares en los Estados Unidos y más allá, que quieren enseñar a los Estados Unidos y a la gente en general que la gente transgénero existe, y que son parte de familias, son amigos, amigas, amiguex, que viven entre las escuelas. Somos parte de la comunidad y queremos enseñar que somos las mismas personas que vivimos con ustedes y que no somos alguien que nomás pueden borrar de los Estados Unidos o del mundo. Fue muy triste saber que, pues como muchas cosas con la misma administración, que quieren borrar a ciertos tipos de personas, pero ahorita es el tiempo de estar juntos con todos y celebrar nuestras diferencias y apreciar las diferencias también. Sabemos que no somos iguales todos, ¿verdad? Pero podemos venir, estar juntos, comer juntos, platicar juntos, convivir.
Perfecto. ¿Qué piensas tú sobre la propuesta o el reporte que salió de New York Times sobre la administración que quiere, pues ya sabes, es lo que dijo en el reporte? ¿Qué piensas tú sobre eso?
Pues yo pienso que es ridículo. Yo tengo... pienso que es ridículo porque otra y otra vez la administración quiere hacer la misma cosa de borrar cierta gente. Y no lo va a hacer. Yo pienso que no lo va a hacer porque van a atacar los latinos, los muslims, en el Estado. No va a trabajar. Van a atacar a los inmigrantes y no van a trabajar. Van a atacar a la gente transgénero y no va a trabajar porque todos somos los mismos. Tenemos diferentes intersections, tenemos diferentes intersecciones que de verdad no se pueden separar, entonces somos la misma gente y yo pienso que es puro juego que tienen para asustar a la gente, para separar a la gente, y en verdad no va a trabajar.
Perfecto. Ahora, fue por parte de diferentes compañías tecnológicas, Apple, Google, Facebook. Ellos firmaron una carta hoy diciéndole a la administración Trump de que no estaban de acuerdo con ese reportaje, con lo que salió. ¿Qué piensas tú sobre ese apoyo que le están dando?
Pues está bien, creo que hay muchas organizaciones capitalistas que a veces se contradicen, entonces ojalá, yo quisiera saber que estas mismas compañías estén soportando a toda la gente, no nomás a la gente transgénero, pero reconociendo que hay varias gente que se siente atacado por esta administración. Pero sí, es bonito que hay mucho apoyo por todos lados, por diferentes comunidades, diferentes compañías.
Perfecto. Ahora sí, ¿algo más que quisieras añadir sobre el tema?
Pues gracias por interesarme, gracias a la gente que nos está escuchando y que entiende que hay mucho dolor en el aire, mucho dolor en el corazón, hay mucha gente y que tenemos que estar juntos para sobrevivir así.
Por último, ¿tú te defines como transgénero o cuál es tu definición?
Sí, yo me defino como transgénero, non-binario, non-binary. No sé, I don't know if you want me to define it.
Define it.
Okay. Eso significa que hay un binario que se conoce que es hombre y mujer. Y hay gente como yo que no necesariamente nos reconocemos como hombre o mujer, pero algo en medio, o simplemente no estando en ese binario. Entonces yo me identifico como non binario y honestamente es algo que yo todavía estoy tratando de figurar porque desde chicos nosotros estamos aprendiendo cómo vivir, cómo ser hombre, cómo ser mujer, cómo ser de un color específico, ¿verdad? Entonces quebrar de esas expectaciones de nuestra familia o de la sociedad y aprendiendo quiénes somos sin todas esas expectaciones es lo que todavía estoy intentando de figurar.
Perfecto.
I think it's really important that we're all out here just in the open, because sometimes a lot of like the talk is between friends or between the community itself, but it's important to just kind of be out and like yell it out and just kind of get our frustrations out and let other people know that there's a lot of pain just in our hearts and in our communities about like just being attacked in general, made to be feel that we don't exist or we're not real people when we very much are real people who it's just not okay, right? And so yeah, he asked me about my opinion in terms of like what I think about the memo, right? And I think it's ridiculous. I think it's just like there's been so many attempts of like Muslim people being attacked, black people being attacked, and I think it's really a matter of like us being there for each other and understanding that there's an intersectionality of different identities, and trans people are everywhere also, and trans people have existed since the very beginning of time, and there's just really no way to erase anyone because we're here and we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to also keep fighting for our well-being. It's really important to take care of ourselves during this time. Need to drink water, need to eat good food, need to surround ourselves by good people because there's a lot of people who don't understand us out there as well. But yeah, something I did talk about was defining like non-binary, because a lot of people think that there's only male and female, and so the gender binary is male and female, and there are people who don't really identify with either or identify with both, and so kind of defining non-binary is something in between or not even on that scale, and it's just kind of like trying to figure out what it means to kind of like just exist without all these different labels or expectations from society, from family, from friends, and just kind of like experimenting with like what gender means in general, and people just want to live and enjoy life, and it's not fair that there's this attack on people.
Tu primer nombre y apellido.
Okay. Me llamo Ulises Dueñas.
Are you studying here?
Ya, soy estudiante.
Perfecto. ¿Y tú eres el que organizaste todo?
Ya, soy el presidente de la organización LGBT aquí en la Universidad de Monterrey. Cuando tuvimos una junta con todos los diferentes estudiantes, algo que querían hacer era algo de acción, a enseñar nuestro soporte a la comunidad transgénero y a los estudiantes que nos identifican como cis.
Perfecto. ¿Cuál fue el propósito de esta marcha?
Bueno, uno de los propósitos es para enseñar nuestras voces y cómo nuestras voces juntas pueden hacer tanto ruido y tanta como enseñando la unidad de los diferentes tipos de personas que han sido atacados con la administración que está aquí, la administración de Trump. Hablando acerca de no son nada más los transgéneros que están afectados ahorita, pero también la comunidad inmigrante, la comunidad black, la comunidad, todas esas comunidades indocumentadas que estamos juntos peleando la misma pelea.
Perfecto. ¿Tú qué piensas sobre el reportaje que salió de New York Times acerca de propuesta del presidente?
Bueno, personalmente pienso que es muy inútil y muy dismisivo a las diferentes géneros que hay en el mundo. Es algo que, bueno, supuestamente él dijo cuando iba a estar en la administración que iba a soportar la comunidad LGBT. Nunca le creí, y pues con sus acciones ahorita también es válido que nunca lo hubiéramos creído, porque no está haciendo nada, pero atacando diferentes comunidades como la comunidad Latinx, la comunidad LGBT y todo eso. No me sorprende las diferentes acciones que él hace, pero tampoco significa que vamos a estar callados.
Perfecto. Entonces, ¿qué opinas tú sobre el apoyo que le están dando estas compañías? ¿Qué apoyas tú sobre el apoyo que le están dando las compañías de tecnología como Apple, Amazon y todo eso, de que hoy escribieron una carta para estar en contra de este reportaje, esta propuesta del presidente?
Sí, bueno, es muy enseñar nuestras voces juntas, supongo, y qué poderosos nosotros estamos, sin importar quién está en la oficina. Nada más porque está en la oficina no significa que vamos a estarnos callados, y todas estas diferentes compañías que están usando su privilegio para soportar nuestras comunidades. Es una cosa muy bonita, y enseñar que no importa, porque algunas de ellas compiten con cada una y tienen la oportunidad de quitar esas diferencias entre ellos y soportar una comunidad. Así es muy importante, y debe que haber más tipo de unidades como eso.
Perfecto. ¿Algo más que quisieras añadir sobre este tema?
Bueno, es muy importante en las comunidades como el Monterrey para tener este tipo de acción y unidad entre la comunidad de Salinas y la comunidad de Monterrey, porque somos el mismo condado. Debe que haber más conversaciones, y quiero que haya más representación de la comunidad LGBT aquí, y esto es uno de esos pasos que estamos tratando de hacer.
Perfecto. ¿Un mensaje que le quieras mandar a Trump?
Bueno, no sería nada más para Trump, sería todas esas personas
que están contra.
Bueno, esto es una forma que no nos vamos a quedar callados, y nada más por quitar el Trump no significa que todo va a cambiar. Debe que no es nada más Trump, pero es las diferentes personas ahí que no están ahí a favor de la igualdad, de soportar diferentes comunidades. Los tiempos están cambiando, si no es ahorita, es después, que tengan cuidado.
¿Qué le dirías tú a una persona que está en contra, si la tuvieras enfrente? ¿Qué le dirías tú sobre cómo le explicarías lo que está pasando, cómo es cómo es la situación, de ahorita? ¿Tú qué le dirías a esa persona? ¿Sabes qué? Pues no vamos a cambiar, nosotros somos así, no hay, ¿por qué nos quieres cambiar? ¿Qué les dirías tú a esas personas?
Sí, bueno, sería una conversación en donde hablamos acerca de educación. Ya sé que no va a pasar nada si yo estoy gritando a esa persona y esa persona está gritando a mí. Nada más sentarnos a ver qué son sus opiniones, a ver por qué tal vez la comunidad en donde ellos crecieron es algo que da mucha influencia con sus creencias, y más educando la verdadera razón en que es importante entender y acknowledge, tener en mente todas estas diferentes comunidades y diferentes géneros. Sería una forma de educación, porque algunas personas tienen falsos ideología acerca de qué es la comunidad LGBT, y tal vez moviendo así con la conversación.
¿Qué es la comunidad LGTBQ?
Es un acronym, son diferentes comunidades, son LGBTQ+, son más de diferentes géneros y diferentes sexualidades que están juntos, que tienen algo en común, que no son hetero-identificados. Es una comunidad muy bonita, muy bella, que ha tenido tantos ataques. Es una comunidad que ha soportado tanto, y es una familia en ella sola.
Tú como miembro de esta comunidad del presidente, o sea, tú de cierta manera te sientes inseguro bajo esta administración, te sientes de cierta manera como bajo ataque, bajo peligro bajo esta administración en estos tiempos que estamos viviendo en este país?
No necesariamente, porque hay dos diferentes acciones que podemos hacer. Una es pelear, otra es nada más quedarnos callados, y silence es algo, el silencio es algo que en la comunidad LGBT hemos hablado, que silence equals death, con los movimientos de HIV y AIDS. Pero no nada más tengo esa identidad, también me identifico como Latinx, y tenemos todas estas identidades que son interseccionales, que es algo que debemos que tener en consideración acerca de, porque todos estamos peleando la misma batalla, y estas diferentes personas que están allá en la administración quieren que todas esas comunidades pelean entre ellas solas, como la comunidad LGBT y la comunidad Latinx, pero en realidad no es los ataques entre nosotros nada más es una forma de distraer acerca de quién es la persona que tiene la culpa de todas estas diferentes formas de discriminación, racismo, homofobia, transfobia.
Ok, perfecto. Entonces, para finalizar, algo más que tiene algunos eventos planeados en el futuro, ¿qué van a hacer después de esto? What's next? What are you guys going to be doing?
Well, a este momento tenemos un diálogo en donde estamos hablando de educarnos para saber cómo hablar con otra persona que no tiene los mismos ideologías que nosotros, tener un espacio donde podemos respirar y decir lo que está en nuestra mente, y después movernos con acción, porque la acción es lo que es de verdad importante a este momento, especialmente con el tiempo para votar, porque algunas personas que son indocumentadas no pueden votar. Es muy importante ser la voz de esos diferentes tipos de grupos, teniendo en consideración esta forma de tener estas peleas interseccionales, porque no nada más es la comunidad LGBT, es la comunidad latina, y etcétera, etcétera. Diferentes eventos que están pasando en la universidad, porque ya me lo acabamos con el semestre, estamos un poco acabando con diferentes, pero hay muchas cosas que hacemos. Si nos quieren seguir en la CSUMB Pride, en el Facebook y el Instagram, tenemos diferentes eventos ahí, y hacemos diferentes colaboraciones con el Epicenter, que es una organización en Salinas, y el Otter Cross Cultural Center, que está aquí en la Universidad de Monterrey.
Perfecto, entonces van a seguir peleando por eso.
Oh, definitivamente.
Vale, pues muchas gracias.
Gracias a usted.
Cool.
I mean, it's important to have that type of conversations when it comes into intersectionality, because, especially trans women of color, black trans women are the ones that are mostly attacked and victimized. So it's very important to have that, because it's not just trans women, it's not just black women, but it's black trans women who are also in this. And I was talking about how there's so much, the elites and the administration, or just those folks in power, have really made it so our communities are pinned against one another and attacking one another, when the reality, that's just type of distraction, that we should unite with one another. The Latinx community, the black community, the Asian community, undocumented folks, folks with disabilities. It's important to have these types of conversations with one another, how we're moving forward together as a group, because that's very valid. So that's something that we were talking about. We were talking about our actions, moving forward, of of like what we're doing in the university, what we're doing like outside of the university, just talking about like the LGBTQ plus community in general and who we are and what type of community we are. And I said it was a loving community that's been with a lot of hurt and with a lot. We've seen these patterns before with like silence equals death and these types of repeating things that we're not going to stay silent anymore. Should I look at you or should I look at the camera?
Keep going. Yeah.
Like,
no, you're good.
Like,
you talk to me, it's fine.
Yeah, like we're not going to be silenced because we know what that has happened before. So we're going to get out there to vote. We're going to get out there to show our solidarity with the trans community, with the queer community, with all these different communities, because there's also that intersectional lens that we focus on. So yeah, I've been president for 2 years now at CSUMB Quad. So we've been, that's something that like I somewhat bring to the table of like educating and also bringing the intersectional lens into the table. Because just I like that I'm not just queer, I'm Latinx, I'm, you know, from a lower socioeconomic status, you know, first generation, all these different things that affect me individually. So that was a little bit of it, and just moving forward with the different events. Like we're having a dialogue right now that we're having a conversation with, but yeah.
Right.
Anything?
Yeah, Quasar has, what's Quasar doing? The presentation is called?
Well, it's just like a dialogue. Quasar, it works at the Personal Growth and Counseling Center here at the California State University of Monterey, and it's just more of a dialogue about what we're thinking. It's broken into 3 different parts, like education, like what is actually going on, like how are we, what is going on in the sense of like what is going on with the memo, because there's a lot of fake news out there and a lot of different like stuff that can be misinterpreted. So it's very important to know your facts, because other folks who are coming into the space and like, you know, saying no, you're wrong because this and this may seem very like very factual, but it's very important to be conscious about like the actual facts that are going on, because lies are spread everywhere, as we've seen with fake news. So it's talking about, you know, educational, talking about like having a space where we mourn, where we cope with our feelings, because it's very valid. It's a lot of work, especially for trans and gender non-conforming folks and anybody that does not identify with the gender that they were assigned at birth, with the sex that they were assigned at birth. So anybody that's not cisgender, like it's just a lot of emotional energy and a lot of emotional baggage that goes into it. So creating a space where we talk about these different conversations and we mourn together and we like heal with the community as well. So after that type of aspect, we shape it more into like action plan. What are we gonna do moving forward? Because we can't stay silent, as I said again, like moving forward with action, moving forward with voting, moving forward with like being those folks who are in the table of like the administration, being like part of the, you know, like going into Senate, going into Congress, going into all these different spaces where we could be the change that we want to see in the world. Because this generation, like the younger generation, has a lot of power that they kind of don't realize, that we kind of don't realize, especially when it comes into voting. So when that happens, you know, the world better be ready. Thank y'all so much for coming to our first annual maybe Trans Solidarity March. Alright, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ulises Dueñas. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm part of Pride Club. And I would like for my partner to introduce himself. We're not dating.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hi everyone, my name is Angelica or Angel. I use they, them pronouns. Oh jeez. I've never used one of these before. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I think we have some words to share. Are we sharing words now? Okay. So yeah, something we wanted to focus on today is the intersectionality of it all. I know some of us have been feeling really attacked right now, but there have been so many different groups that have felt attacked and are being attacked by this administration. And so I think it's a really important time to come together and stand together and really like be there for each other when we're crying, when we're happy, when we're celebrating. When we eat together, right? And
I decided to wear this sweater today, so it says Threat, and it's by one of my favorite female rappers. And I think that a lot of us who are here, who express ourselves, who are who we are without apology, we are a threat to a lot of the different systems that exist, and I think that is really important to be. I think it's good to be a threat to the systems that are in place right now that can be very violent and very threatening to us and our existence. So thank you. I'm going to pass it on to Woo!
Yeah! Alright, so a little run through of the day. So we're going to have our march probably starting like at 3:40, like at 3:43. And just a run through, if y'all go to CSUMB Pride, we posted the map of where the route is that we're going to do, but a little run through, we're just going to go through main quad, going to the Chapman building, through the residence halls, going through the library, and going through the BIP building. We're just walking through, y'all, we're not going to stay there. And then heading our way towards the Alumni Visitor Center from the what is that street called? Boulevard, something. Yeah, that one. And then we're crossing through the Alumni Visitor Center and heading straight back to here where we're going to be coming back to where it all began in the flagpole. From 4 to 5, we're going to have a dialogue session with Quasar, who works at the Personal Growth and Counseling Center at the West Lounge in the Student Center. So you're more than welcome to please join us. Make sure to make as much noise as you want, and if you're taking any pictures, use hashtag. The hashtag we have is won't be erased, and also CSUMB Pride. Make sure that we're all known. Anything, some ground rules, make sure we're still on the sidewalk. There's some folks here among us that are here to help us stay out of trouble, so please make sure they're here to support. They're not here to limit us, so make sure we pay attention and we understand that we need to use the sidewalks and everything like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alright, okay, cool. So we're gonna start. If y'all could go behind the Trans Solidarity, if y'all want to turn around. Cool, awesome. And we're gonna start in a little bit. So just start lining up, y'all.
Oh, that's right. I knew him from somewhere.
I knew him before that. Hey, no, you didn't.
You're hanging in there, you know. What else can we do? Hey, you know, this is a beautiful. It's new.
That we're gonna do today, so you're in the loop of what's going on. Yeah. Any questions? No. Any questions? Cool. Thank you.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got the chance. Okay, we're gonna start with our first one. Once they finish writing their name down.
You want to just go run through the different chants that we're doing?
Yeah, I got you. Thank you. I like your glasses. Are you in school?
Are we allowed to talk in the library, or are we just walking by with signs?
I wish I could do my name in like the first one.
Yeah, we can chant through the library.
Oh, shoot. Oh, great. Thanks again.
They'll definitely hear it.
I'm sorry.
I'm waiting for this day.
Thanks for
Alright, we're gonna start walking. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal. I can't hear y'all. Trans, intersex, non-binary people, we all deserve to be equal.
What if you take a photo? Were you over here by the phone?
Yeah, I was going to do that. Who am I? I mean, they can try to get
I don't remember.
Also a good life lesson.
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back.
Hey, hey, just.
That's right, take two.
That's got to go. Hey, hey, trans people need rights. Oh. Hey, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, trans people need rights today. Hey, hey, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, trans people need rights today. Hey, hey, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, trans people need rights today. Hey, hey, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey,
People need rights today.
hey, hey,
Discrimination has got to go.
hey, hey, we are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable.
Another world is possible.
Unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable.
Another world is possible.
Unstoppable.
Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable.
Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable.
Another world is possible.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. It's coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it.
Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it.
Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it.
Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it.
Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it.
Freedom, we're fighting for it.
We're gonna cross the street and go up.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking, I'll fight. Wait. Get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking, I'll fight. I'm rocking, I'll fight.
Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight.
Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight.
Get your hands off trans rights.
Alright, I did it right. We won't be erased.
We won't be erased. We won't be erased. We won't be erased. Say it louder. We won't be erased. 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 We won't be erased.
Good to see you. Fighting a good fight as always.
We won't be erased. 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 All right, thank you everyone. You're doing great. Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black 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 Lives Matter. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Black Trans Lives Matter. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Yes, intersex. got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Your backward views have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Your backward views have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Your backward views have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Your backward views have got to go. Hey, hey.
We won't be erased.
We won't be erased. We won't be erased. We won't be erased. We won't be erased. We won't.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Say the sidewalk, folks. Thank you. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Get up, get down. There's a civil rights movement in this town.
Okay, this one's wrong, everyone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for.
1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for.
5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate.
5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate.
1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for.
1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for.
5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate.
5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
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 Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
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 Watch your step.
You guys erased. We won't be 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 erased. Hey, hey, ho, ho, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, trans people need rights today.
That rhymed.
Discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, discrimination has got to go.
We're doing great work. Okay, I'm gonna switch.
Pretty good march.
How are we feeling? We won't be erased. 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 Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together for our lives. No one wants to be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together for our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together for our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized. I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, your back reviews have got to go.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey,
ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go.
Ho, ho. Hey, hey. Trans people need rights today.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Ho ho! Hey hey! Trans people need rights today! Ho ho! Hey hey! Trans people need rights today! We tried, it's okay. LGBT, we demand equality! LGBT, we demand equality! LGBT, we demand equality! LGBT, we demand equality! Black lives matter! 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 Black trans 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 lives matter! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here! Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. What do we do when oh, wow. Well, we tried, never mind. We are unstoppable, another world is possible. 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 I'm rocking out fight, get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking out fight, get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking out fight, get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking out fight, get your hands off trans rights. I'm rocking, oh no. We won't be erased. 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 Louder. We won't be erased. What? We won't be erased. What? We won't be erased. Say it louder. We won't be erased. Thank you. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Who am I? Just guess. I refuse to be oppressed. Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized. Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized. Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized. Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized. What? No one will be victimized. No one will be victimized. No one will be victimized. We won't be erased. 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 Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Discrimination has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
Black lives matter.
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 Black trans 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 lives matter.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Join together, free our lives. No one will be victimized.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
Justice, we're coming for it. Freedom, we're fighting for it.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
I'm rocking, I'll fight. Get your hands off trans rights.
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 What?
Get your hands off trans rights.
I hear you.
Get your hands off trans rights.
Louder.
Get your hands off trans rights.
Thank you, everyone, with our breaking voices and our laughs and our tripping. We just thank you, everyone, for coming out, showing solidarity for multiple movements. And I feel like in the end, it's one movement where we recognize our differences and celebrate each other as well. Oh, wow, spotlight. Sweating, it's okay. I just want everyone to go home and just think about the love that we have for each other, or go to school, or go to your dorms. Eat good food, drink water, sustain yourself, and remember that you have a community here on campus, outside of campus as well. There are people in the Salinas area, in the Monterey County area and beyond, who care about you. There's always someone there. If you all want to know about more resources in Salinas, please ask me. I work at the Epicenter in Monterey. Where's Sam? Sam, raise your hand. Sam also knows about resources outside of CSUMB. So thank you. I'm going to pass it over to Ulises now, my roommate. I love you.
Round of applause for yourself. Thank y'all so much. Again, after this, we have a dialogue with Queza at 4, and it's 4:15, where we're going to get educated, when we're learning more about what's going on in reality, what the memo said, where we have a space where we mourn and when we talk about our feelings, where we have a space where we're moving forward with action, where we're voting, where we're putting our voices out there. So please join us for the dialogue.
if you're not unable to, there's also a Dia de los Muertos event happening today at CSUMB. It's going to be at the VPA, the Visual Public Art area, where we're going to commemorate all those who we've lost, especially trans Black women who have been lost or victimized especially. Thank y'all so much for coming. Again, my name is Ulises. If you want more resources on campus, you're more than welcome to contact also the Honor Cross Culture Center, who's here to support. There's Chantel, Alan, and Bianca. Again, we're from Pride Club, or I'm from Pride Club. I'm from Pride Club. We meet every Wednesday 4 to 6 at the Student Center West Lounge or room 120. There's other resources out there, so please come join and join the fight together. Thank you so much for coming out. Any final words? Woo! Thank y'all.